Hey guys, how you doing? Ron's a Nut here. I've got a SeaSonic XSeries 750 watt 80 plus gold power supply that I'm using in a home theater system build, and figured while I was about to open it up that I do an unboxing for those who haven't seen it yet and might be interested in getting one. So here's the SeaSonic packaging. Very nice, black and gold. Has information on the outside of the box with regards to the specification, dimensions, features, materials, the AC range, which is also good, all the way up through 240, and the various outputs, and the different kind of connections and cables. But I'll show you that. Really, the meat of this is the fully modularity of the power supply. These are highly reliable power supplies. I've used them for many years now. SeaSonic is a very high quality power supply. I've never had any issues at all. So let's take a look inside of the box. First you get their commitment to quality little sheet, 5-year warranty on it, and describes their RMA process. And really all you need is the model name and the serial number. And this particular unit, I've never had to send one back, so I really never had to use this, but they're committed to the quality of the product. If there is a problem with it, they have it repaired or replaced within 7 working days. And obviously you don't want to be without a power supply if you don't have a backup one, but never ever had to call them about any issues. Owner's manual. Quality issue. Let's take a look at the cabling. They have this pouch, nice organized pouch for the cables. All right, and in this particular pouch here we have this is the CPU power cable. They do a nice job of braiding, nice sleeving on the cable, and I wish they would take up the sleeving and heat shrink further up to the connector, but that's a nitpick for me, really. Here's PCIe set of cables. There's for one graphics card, another set for 2 graphics cards. Here's the CPU power cable, so there's 2 of them right here, 2 of the 8 pins. And here's a 4-pin one, and then you also have the main AC power. And it would be nice on here too if they, again for me, if they would have brought it up further, especially here they could have come up further, but again that's just a cosmetic, a nice to have for me, but this is a it's got 2 points on the power supply that it connects to, and then it provides the 24-pin power for your motherboard. Alright, so that's one side of the cable pouch. This side, all of your cables for your Molex. You got a power supply 3 4-pin Molex. There's one of those. There is looks like one of those. 2 of them. There's 2 3 header 4-pin Molex connectors for your power supplies and optical drives. And you have here the power for your SATA devices. There's 3 connections on this guy. And there is another one just like that. This one actually is a 2-pinner. I typically use this when if I have a couple of optical drives. That's what I've used this particular one for, so you don't have a 3rd header sticking out anywhere. So, and there's a 2 header 4-pin Molex as well. And then an adapter that allows you to get power to your floppy drives if you're still using them. And I'm not sure what other devices may be using this connection here, but that's the last I remember. I have a million of these, so I don't have a need for floppy drives anymore. And then here's another 3 connection header for SATA. So it looks like you got two sets of the 4-pin Molex that have 3 connections on it, 2 of the SATA power, 2 sets of those, and then you have 1 each of another 2 connection header for 4-pin Molex and SATA. Then the brand spanking new, never to be used floppy power connector. And those are all of the cables that come in the pouches with the power supply. And then finally we have the SeaSonic power supply, and I'm curious if they took this pouch packaging from Crown Royal. Those of you who are old enough to drink Crown Royal, used to come in a pouch. So and that's been for a long time. But anyway, SeaSonic power supply, and this nice little pouch. Now this guy, the beauty of this guy, look how compact he is. And one of the things that they note on here is, and the reason why it's perfect for my particular build I'm going to use it in, it's a home theater PC, and it states on here that at load conditions of less than 20%, but within plus or minus of the maximum rated output, the power supply operates in a fanless mode. So this fan will not turn on unless it's absolutely needed. And that's wonderful, because fans, will produce some noise, although these are typically very quiet, but they do. And this guy is, I think it's 160, I'm sorry, yeah, about 160 millimeters. I'll take a look at that, but this is what the side looks like. There's your power connection. Here it shows the ratings on the AC input, DC output. And then here are the connections to your power supply. So this is a fully modular power supply. That means that you only connect what you need. And some of the power supplies that they say they're modular, they actually have a bundle coming out the corner here that has your main power to your motherboard, and typically to a graphics card that comes out of there, and sometimes the ATX power. But this is beautiful, because when you're using this in a very small form factor case, such as the one I'm using for my home theater PC, I only need the cables I need, and that's main power, CPU power, 1 cable for my hard disk, and another cable for the water cooling pump. So I'm probably going to have only 4 cables coming out of the back of this, so that I can dress them out of the way. So up at the top here we have the PCIe and CPU 8-pin connections up here. It's also a CPU power connector. I believe that's the 8-pin power. Here's the 4-pin power. This is a motherboard connection. Here's the other piece of the motherboard connection. Remember, it was split up into 2. And then you have SATA, your SATA and Molex power, peripheral power connections down along here. And so this power supply is only 160 millimeters long. So that's that's pretty short, and it is actually, that's 6 1/4 inches long. Standard ATX power supply width and all of that, but it's the depth that is the beauty of this particular guy, and that gives you then the room to run your cables as you need to in the tight spaces. And like I said before, you only use the connections that you need for your build. So again, having it at 80 plus gold means it's very power efficient, and I'm using it in a home theater system, so it will do the job just right, quiet. And the thing, as I said before, was that there's no need for the fan to spin up if it's not being if it's not under enough load to get it to spin up. So highly recommend this power supply. It is awesome. and never had any issue, and I've owned about 7 of them in the past 7 years, and for different builds, and never had a problem with them. So highly reliable and kind of stylish, but most of all the most practical for your builds. And you also give you a nice power cord, 6-foot power cord, and SeaSonic badge with 4 power supply mounting screws. So they give you everything you need to power up, connect your SeaSonic XSeries 750 watt 80 plus gold power supply. Thanks. Hope you liked. If you'd like, please like, and if you're so inclined, please subscribe. That's it from Ron to Nut. Thanks.